Hello, good morning all of you. Today we will start with the exercise 3.7 second question. All of you read the question. So this is the conversation between two friends. Okay. One says, give me 100 rupees, friend. I shall then become twice as rich as you. The other replies, second friend replies, if you give me 10 rupees, then I shall be 6 times as rich as you. Tell me what is the amount of their capital. Okay, how much amount is with them? That only you want to find out. So what is the amount with the first friend and what is the amount with the second friend? That only you want to find out. So that are the variables. Let the capital of the first friend be x and the capital of the second friend be y. So these are the two variables you want to find out. Again read the question once more. First friend saying to the second friend. Okay. First friend is saying to the second friend, give me 100 rupees. Okay. So first friend, how much amount is with the first friend? X. And first friend saying to whom? Second friend. So what saying? Give me 100 rupees. So from the second friend, 100 rupees we are giving to the first friend. What is the amount with the first friend? X plus 100. Are you got clear? Once more sentence read. Give me 100 rupees. So first friend is saying to the second friend. So what is the amount with the first friend? X. What is the amount with the second friend? Y. So second friend is giving 100 rupees to first friend. So what is the amount with the first friend? X plus 100. And what's the amount with the second friend? 100 rupees given, no? So 100 rupees will subtract. That means y minus 100. Clear? So then what he is saying? Then I shall be. I shall be means the first friend. The amount with the first friend. The amount with the first friend is equal to twice as rich as you. Saying the second friend. What's the amount with the second friend? Y minus 100. How many rich? Twice times. So 2. 2 into y minus 100. Clear? Concept is clear? Now equation you can make. Open the bracket and x plus 100. So this all terms bring this side minus 2y plus 100. So x minus 2y is plus 300 equal to 0. Equation number 2. And we can see the second condition. Second what saying? See here. If you give me 10 rupees, who is saying? Other replace. Just above sentence see. Other replace means which friend is saying? Second friend saying to the first friend. Other replace. The second friend is replying. So second friend is saying to the first friend that you give me 10 rupees to me. Okay. So second friend is saying to the first friend, no. So what is the amount? You give me 10 rupees. Then what is the amount with the second friend? What will be? What's the original amount with the second friend? How much? Y. So 10. You give me 10 rupees means saying to the first friend. So what is the amount with the second friend? Y plus 10. Then what is the amount with the first friend? 10 rupees giving, no. So x minus 10. That you can see in the second equation. See here. Y plus 10 is equal to. So what he is saying? Then I shall be. I means who? Second friend. What's the amount with the second friend? Y plus 10. So what I written see? The amount with the second friend y plus 10 is equal to 6 times as rich as you. So what is the amount with the first friend now? 10 rupees already given to him now. So how much amount is there? X minus 10. So how much times rich said? 6 times. See the question? 6 into x minus 10. This equation making, be careful. Each sentence properly read and make the equation. Okay. So y plus 10 is equal to 6x minus 60. Now these all terms we are bringing this side. So 6x minus 60 minus y minus 10. So 6x minus y minus 70, equation number 2. Now you solve these two equations. Okay. Solve it. What I done here? Equation number 2 multiplied by 2. Y here because here 2y. So that for making the coefficient of y, equation number 2 we are multiplying by 2. So multiply 6 into 2 12 minus 2y, 70 into 2 how much coming? Minus 140 equal to 0. Now solve first entry. See first entry, see. First entry. Solve it. Here you can see here also minus 2y, here also minus 2y. Therefore sign change and add. Same sign coming, teacher told us several times we have to subtract. Subtracting. So x minus 12x minus 11x minus 2y plus 2y will cancel. 300 plus 140, what will come? 440. Therefore minus 11x is equal to minus 440. Therefore x is equal to minus 440 divided by minus 11, that is equal to 40. Okay. Now usual method only now. Put x is equal to 40 in the second equation, apply here and find the value of y. Y how much got? 170. Therefore, what's the amount with the first friend? 40. And what is the amount with the second friend? 170. Okay? Go through the sum one time properly. Clear now? Yes. Move to the next question. Question reader. A train covered a certain distance at a uniform speed. Speed is uniform. If the train would have been 10 km per hour faster, for example, at present 30 km per hour going and 10 km per hour faster going then. So 10 km per hour faster means what will come? 40. 30 plus 10, 40. Okay. It would have taken 2 hours less. If the particular train going 10 km per hour faster, then how much hour less will take? 2 hours less will take. For example, your scheduled time may be 6 o'clock evening. If fast 10 km per hour fast going, you will reach 4 o'clock. Okay, 10 hours less only will take. Okay, so that only the question given. So 10 km faster going, then you would have it would have taken 2 hours less for reaching. 6 o'clock we want, scheduled time is 6 o'clock. So 2 hours less taking, then what will you will reach at 4 o'clock. Okay. And second condition, this is the first condition. From first condition we will make one equation. And the second condition, listen. And if the train were slower by, speed decreasing, speed is less, slower by means decreasing, speed is decreasing. How much hours? 10 km per hour decreasing. Then it would have taken 3 hours more. So usually you are knowing, speed is decreasing, you will take more time. Speed is more, then you will take less time. That is logical fact only, very clearly knowing. You are also coming by vehicles only. So you knowing these conditions. Clear? So there are two conditions are there. One, speed more, then time less taking. One place speed is decreasing, there you are taking time more. There are two cases. So here you want to find out the distance covered by the train. What is the distance covered by the train? So here particular variable from this question, from this sentence, you are not understanding. You want to find out distance now, but here distance based nothing given. Here speed and time only relation given. Therefore, we will suppose the actual speed and actual time. That are the two variables. But actual speed and actual time knowing, you can find out distance travelled. What's the formula? Distance travelled is equal to speed into time taken. Therefore, here in from this question, you are not understanding which is the variable. But very clearly you knowing distance, how finding out? Distance is the speed into time taken. Therefore, here speed and time only mentioned in the question. Therefore, we will take a, let the actual speed, what we will take a x, and the actual time taken we will take a y. So we can see what I written. See here. Let the actual speed of the train is x kilometer per hour and the actual time taken is y hours. Are you got clear? Now speed and time knowing, what you can find out? Distance. Distance is equal to speed into time. Clear? So first condition, listen, by condition number 1. Again you read it, first condition. We can read the first condition. What is the actual speed? X. So what is the condition here given? If the train would have been for 10 km per hour faster. So how much faster they are thinking about? 10 km. So what is the speed then? X plus 10. And what is the time taken now? What is the actual time? Actual time you are written here, no? How much? Y. So then if the speed is increasing, how much less time will take it? 2 hours less. Actual time y. 2 hours less means what will come? Y minus 2. Clear? So you can see the sentence what I written. By condition number 1, what is the actual speed x? How much increasing? 10 km per hour. So now the speed is x plus 10. And time y, then how much decreasing time? 2 hours. So y minus 2. Therefore, speed into time taken. So distance traveled you got speed into time taken, x plus 10 into y minus 2, that is equal to the actual distance. What is x into y? Clear? This is decreasing and increasing time, and this is the distance traveled. If a speed increasing or speed decreasing, distance traveled will be same only, it will not change. So you may think here how xy writing, because distance is same only, no? You are coming from your house to school, your speed is increasing, your speed is decreasing, distance from your school to home is decreasing, no. Therefore distance will be same only. Therefore the condition how coming in this way. Clear? So this is the speed and this is the time taken. So speed into time taken is equal to, here also speed into time taken. Now open the bracket and cancel the terms. Open it. Xy minus 2x, 10y minus 20 is equal to xy. Xy from here cancel. Minus 2x plus 10y minus 20 equal to 0. Equation number 1. If you want to change, you can change this minus also. It is not compulsory. Okay, first equation got no? Same way you make the second equation. Condition number 2. What is condition number 2? Speed is decreasing by 10 km per hour. So how much will come? X minus 10. And time how much more taking? Speed decreasing, usually time will take more. So how much time more taking? 3 hours more taking. So what's the time now? Y plus 3. Therefore speed got, time got. So distance travelled is equal to speed into time taken. Here also distance travelled is equal to speed into time taken. So open the bracket and cancel the terms and make the equation. You got the second equation now? Yes. So solve equation number 1 and 2. 1 written, 2 written. Here you see 1 is plus 10y and here is 1 minus 10y. So opposite sign coming, what you wants to do? Add the equations. Adding them. Minus 2x plus 3x, what will come? X. Plus 10y minus 10y cancelled. So minus 20 minus 30 minus 50. Therefore x is equal to 50. This minus 50 going this side, plus 50. So you got the value of x is equal to 50. Now put the value of x is equal to 50 in any one of the equation. Apply here. where we applied in equation number 1. Apply in equation number 1. So calculation all knowing now. 10y is equal to how much got? 120. Because this minus 100 and minus 20, it will become minus 120. Minus 120 going right side plus 120. Therefore y is equal to 120 by 10. How much got? 12. So what you got? Actual speed got, actual time taken also got. Therefore you can able to find out the actual distance travelled. Therefore the distance travelled by the train is equal to speed into time. That means speed is x and the time is y. Therefore x into y, 50 into 12, that means 600 kilometer. Okay. These are very, very important type of sums. Okay students, complete it properly. Go through the sum properly all of you. Now all of you read the fourth question. Fourth question is a typical question. Okay, listen. The students of a class are made to stand in rows. Students of a class are made to stand in rows. They are standing in different rows. If 3 students are extra in a row, there would be 1 row less. Okay? So 3 students extra are extra in a row. Therefore, how much row less coming? 1 row less coming. If 3 students are less, then less in a row, then there would be 2 rows more. Find the number of students in the class. Okay, so you want to find out the number of students in the class. So there are condition given. If 3 students, number of students less extra coming, the number of rows, 1 row will be less. And if 3 students are less, then the number of rows will be 2 rows will be more. Therefore, here the question is that you want to find out the total number of students in the class. So that I just given an example here. See the example. Suppose here number of rows. How many rows are there? Rows you know. This one is row. One row. And this is the second row. In one row, how many students are arranged? 3. In second row also, how many students are arranged? Equal number of students are arranged in everywhere. But in the question it is not mentioned. But equal number of students are arranging in each row. Then only we can do the calculations. So equal number of students are arranged here also 3 and here also 3. And now total how many students are there in each row? Each row how many students are there? 1, 2 and 3 students are there. How many rows are there? So 2 rows. Therefore you will get the total number of students. Number of rows into number of students in each row. How many students are there? 3 students. 2 into 3, 6. Now here you can see from each row I reduced one student. Actually they are also done. Each row one student I reduced. What happening here? One student reduced. Here also one student reduced. But the number of students of the class is same only. Number of students of the class will not change. Okay. Now you can see how many students are there. How many rows are there? 1, 2, 3 rows. In one row how many students are there? 2 students are there. So number of rows 1, 2, 3, 3 into. How many students are there in one row? 2 students. So 3 into 2 how much coming? 6. Same method you can able to do the sum. See here. So what we will suppose, let the number of rows of students, number of rows. What is number of rows? How much rows? X. And the number of students arranged in each row is Y. Number of students in each row. How many students are there in each row? 3. So here also number of rows you are taken as X. Properly listen. Number of students, rows you are taken as X. And students in each row you are taken as Y. Clear? Now we can go to the condition. See the first condition. So if it is in such a way coming, Then what is the total number of students? XY. Very clear from the example. That is why I example shown. Without showing example, it is very difficult to get. Now you may got clear. If number of students are reducing from one row, then also the total number of students how coming very clearly from the example you are getting perfect. Okay. Therefore, total number of students how getting? X into Y. Number of rows into number of students in each row, that is X into Y, you are getting the total number of students. Okay, here rows increasing, rows decreasing, there is no change in the total number of students. Total number of students is same only. Okay, so see the first condition. 3 students are less, number of students 3 less. Sorry, just above condition, see the above condition. If 3 students are extra, so in each row how many students extra? 3. So here you see number of students arranged in each row you are taken as Y, no? So now what's the number of students? 3 students extra. The meaning is that Y plus 3. Then how many row decreasing? 1 row decreasing. So what is the number of rows you are taken? X. So X minus 1. See here what I written. Number of students in each row is equal to Y plus 3. Number of rows is equal to X minus 1. So what is the total number of students? Total number of students is equal to X minus 1 into Y plus 3. That is same as XY. Clear? Clear now? See the example here. Number of students decreasing or increasing, the row, the total number of students same only, never changing. Okay, that how much rows decreasing, we are arranging the students in another rows or columns, etc. So here total number of students got now. So here also you open the bracket and find the equation. XY cancelling. So you are getting 3x minus y minus 3 equal to 0. Equation number 1. Clear? Therefore, now next condition number 2, see the condition number 2. 3 students less. So what is the number of students? Y. What you taken? Y. 3 students less means what will come? Y minus 3. That time how many rows more? 2 more. So what is the number of rows you supposed as X now? So what will come? X plus 2. Okay, go through the sums. Here, see, number of students in each row Y minus 3. Number of rows is equal to how much? X plus 2. Therefore, as usual, same method, total number of students is equal to number of rows into number of students in each row is equal to, that is same as XY. Clear? Here also number of students we are taken as, number of students in each row you are taken as X and Y, so that its product we are taking as XY. Okay, total. Clear the concept here? Now open the bracket. XY minus 3x plus 2y minus 6 equal to 0, that is equal to XY. So XY cancelling here. Minus 3x plus 2y minus 6 equals 0. You got the first and second equations. So this condition is perfect for you now. Okay, how many students are in each row? 3 students less means y minus 3. And number of students rows increasing, 2 rows increasing means x plus 2. Original number of rows you are taken as x. 2 increasing means x plus 2. So here number of rows into students in each row. Here also number of students, number of rows into students in each row. Okay. So solve the equations 1 and 2. So here you can see plus 3x minus 3x, so that opposite sign coming, so we are adding them. Plus 3x minus 3x are cancelling. Minus y plus 2y, what is coming? Y. Minus 9 equal to 0. Therefore y is equal to 9. Put the value of y is equal to 9 in the first equation. Put and what you got the value of x? 4. Therefore, total number of students x got and y got. Therefore, the total number of students is equal to 4 into 9, 36. Total number of students you got as 36. Okay, clear? Now, one more sum. See the sum. Question number 5. In triangle ABC, angle C is equal to 3 times angle B is equal to 2 times angle A plus angle B. Okay. So any one, it is a equation containing two variables. Therefore, two variables only we can able to give. So angle A you are taken as x, angle B you are taken as y. So angle A and B got. So angle C, here condition given C. Angle C is equal to what is given? Angle C is equal to 3 into angle B. That means 3 into angle B means angle B how much given? Y. So 3y. So did you got the values of angle A, angle B and angle C? All the three angles got now? Clear? So angle A and B, angle B separate not given. That is why we are supposed angle A is equal to x, angle B is equal to y. The angles is separate here given. So we can take here. Angle C is equal to 3 into angle B. That means angle C is equal to 3 into y, 3y. So angle A, angle B, angle C got. Now, in triangle ABC, what is the sum of all angles? 180. So angle A plus angle B plus angle C 180. That means x plus y plus 3y is equal to 180. No need of more explanation, very clear for you. So xa plus y plus 3y, how much coming? 4y equal to 180. Keep it as equation number 1. Now, here while you are taking, some students may think that here angle C is equal to angles 3b you can take as the second equation. No, because angle B also in terms of y, angle C also in terms of y. Therefore, same variable coming, two variable not coming. Therefore, what you will do? Either this first and last condition apply, or the second and the last condition apply. Okay. So I taken second and the third. See here. 2 into angle A plus angle B is equal to 3 into angle B. So what is angle A? X, angle B y, here 3y. Clear now this one? Now arrange them. 2xa plus 2y, this 3y bring this side, minus 3y. Therefore 2xa minus y equal to 0, equation number 2. Now here 4y coming, so for making the coefficient same, equation number 2 multiplying by 4 gives, multiply here 4, 8x minus 4y equal to 0. You got the third equation. Now solve first and third. Solve it. Xa plus 4y is equal to 180. 8x minus 4y is equal to 0. Add them. Why adding? Because the sign is opposite sign. So xa plus 8x, how much will come? 9x. 9x is equal to 180. Therefore x is equal to 180 by 9. That is equal to 20. Therefore you got the value of x is equal to 20. And put the value of x is equal to 20 in equation number 2. Where is equation number 2? Here. Give the value here. Now 2 into 20 minus y, you can see 2 into 20 minus y equal to 0. 40 minus y equal to 0. Therefore y is equal to 40. Minus y going this side, plus y. So y is equal to 40. Got now? Here only you listen the point. Here this one. Some students know, I told you, here any conditions they are taking together. But these two conditions you are taking, no. Here also variable y only is. Angle C in terms of y, angle B also in terms of y. That is why I told you, don't combine first and second condition. Okay? First and second condition making, your second condition will be in only one variable will come. Okay? Now you got the value of x and y now. X got how much? 20 and the value of y you got how much? 40. Therefore, angle, what is angle? You suppose the x. Angle is equal to x is equal to 20. What is angle B? You suppose the y. So y is equal to 40. Angle A 20 got. Angle B 40 got. So angle C is equal to what is the angle C? 3y. So 3 into 40. 3 into 40 how much? 120. Now see total 180 coming or not? If total 180 not coming, your answer is wrong. 120 plus 20, 140, 140 plus 40, 180. Clear? Okay? We can move to the one more sum I written here. Now question number 6 is homework only because it is graph question. Okay? Draw the graph by yourself. Doubt is there, you can able to ask. Now question number 7, total 5 sums are given. Once I am explaining here. Here Pxa plus Qy is equal to P minus Q. Qxa minus Py is equal to P plus Q. So either you can do by elimination method, cross multiplication, substitution, anything can do. I hope so elimination will be easy. So I am explaining in elimination method. So multiply here P and here Q. So how to make the coefficient same? Here also Q and here P. So making the coefficient same, here you can see here Q and here P coming now. So you multiply here by P. Opposite sign taking will be easy because what will happen? Opposite sign coming, you want to just add them only. In this complicated sums of subtraction coming now, you will commit a minus anywhere mistake. So that I made the coefficient of y same. For making the coefficient of y same here, first equation I will multiply by P and second equation I will multiply by Q. That means interchange and multiply the coefficients. Here Q multiply, here P multiply. So multiplying 1 by P gives multiplying P square. P multiplying P into P, P square x. Here P multiplying PQY. Here each term P multiply properly. P into P, P square minus P into Q, PQ. Here you multiply Q, Q into Q, Q square x minus PQY is equal to P into Q, PQ plus Q into Q, Q square. Very systematically you multiply. No mistake will come. Here plus PQY and minus PQY. So the terms plus PQY and minus PQY. So we are adding here. Adding plus PQY minus PQY will cancel. Therefore, what will happen here? P square x plus Q square x, and here also you add the terms P square minus PQ, and here PQ plus Q square minus PQ plus PQ will cancel. This minus PQ plus PQ cancelling now. So what you will get? A P square plus Q square. If you want to separate, add and do separate page, you do and see. So that you will get a little more clarification. But here we are adding. So P square xa plus Q square x I written here. Plus PQY minus PQY will cancel. Okay. Here you are adding these two terms. What will happen? Minus PQ plus PQ will cancel. So what is remaining? P square plus Q square remaining. Okay. So now here what you can say? In these two terms which is common, x common, take outside. P square plus Q square is equal to P square plus Q square. So therefore x is equal to P square plus Q square by P square plus Q square. That is equal to 1. Therefore the value of x how much got? 1. Now apply this value in any of the equations. Equation number 1 we applied. Equation number 1 you want to see one small thing? Here. Okay, apply here. P in the place of x 1 apply, P into 1 plus Qy is equal to P minus Q. Here P and here P will cancel, therefore Qy is equal to minus Q, therefore y is equal to minus Q by Q, therefore the value of y is equal to minus 1. Therefore you got the solution, x is equal to 1 and y is equal to minus 1. Okay, and second question is homework. Okay, go through the sum properly. Second question is homework for you. Okay.